Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britton.
I just found this phone on the street, man. I don't know where I'm at.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 290 albums in his Pikes series, and we're going to listen to them
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head.
Jesus is Lord.
Welcome, bots, logs, slunks, friends, and bucketheads. This is episode 42 of Getting Head, a Bucketcast.
42. That's the age when it becomes sad.
No, that's the meaning of life, the universe, and everything, according to a little British man named Douglas Adams.
Yeah, Douglas Adams is fucking sick. Like, he wrote my favorite sentence ever, which is, the ships hung in the air much in the way that bricks don't.
Interesting.
It's a pretty good line. I like it. It's a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Stromstad is here.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome. Well, no. This guy, we're still, this guy just found a phone on the street.
I thought we were listening to the new Foghat record, man. What the fuck's this Buckethead shit?
I mean, yeah, it looks like, it looks as though we're joined by a down and out Dan Haggerty as Grizzly Adams.
Yeah. You look Grizzly Adams as fuck right now, man. You got a giant beard.
Keep
What's
these,
up?
These words down to 2 syllables or less, man, because that's about as high as I go right now.
You've gone high enough already.
You look like you're Rocky Mountain High right now.
I'm high in a dumpster high right now.
Yeah. It's pretty sick, man. So, like, for the uninformed, Andrew is somebody that kind of, like, was a part of the music scene when Brit and I were part of the music scene in Anchorage, Alaska, in kind of like the early to mid 2000s. And Andrew actually moved away from Alaska before we did. And you moved to Portland, correct?
We should actually put a little more context to that because when Andrew Wang here was first on our radar, he was like our local music scene god.
This is true.
He was when he first came onto on our radar.
That's a low hanging fruit right there.
Well, listen, we were metalheads.
I was drunk.
And you were
very drunk. Yes.
You were drunk. I mean, do you even remember being in Blood Fist?
No, I do.
Yeah,
like, bro, like
those demos were tight, dude.
You were drunk in like a legendary way. Like, I remember the first time I saw you perform, it was with Black Pearl at Beato's, the original Beato's, which is a venue that is long since dead in Anchorage, Alaska. And I remember seeing you, and you were the closest thing to a rock star that I could ever imagine.
Yep. And that's what it was. And you were also the only guy in Alaska who could do a fucking metal falsetto.
Like a good one.
The only guy.
Yeah, you're the only one.
Yeah. And so we were like, this dude fucking rules. And
it was just because you could falsetto real good.
That's all. We're easy to please. We are eager to please and easy to please.
Let's get that guy in the basement 3 times and then kick him out of the band because it's not worth it, man. It's
no. It was. We only kicked you out of the band after you showed up to my house at like 3 p.m. absolutely plastered and recorded like the shittiest demo of all time.
Yeah, man. I think you guys maybe sing in a bathroom without headphones or something.
Probably
because Justin did his drum tracks by memory. You hear that? Yeah, it's fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
He always recorded like that. It was crazy. Like, he would always just be like, "Yeah, I'll just play the song," and then we had to record to that, which was actually honestly a fucking pain in the ass.
It was the worst. He refused to ever record to a click, and
he's since come around on.
That's good because
he plays in good bands like right now. He's playing in all sorts of cool shit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude's a storming drummer, best drummer I know.
Yeah,
but like in those early days, you're figuring out how to be a musician, right? And
exactly.
you're doing it with other people too, which is like a whole vibe,
And another thing, you don't have a reference to base yourself on up there in Alaska because there's nothing much going on to begin with. So all you got are like YouTube videos. You got music that you can download or you buy from Mammoth or something, and then the odd live show.
Yeah, but like, what's up, man? Like, what's happening down there? What you doing?
What am I doing and all that shit?
Yeah, man.
I just finished a record with Garrick, who used to play bass in Atriarch, and
nice.
And Stevie.
I am currently wearing an Atriarch hat.
Are you really?
I am a trucker hat.
Hell yeah!
We're gonna do our next record in like probably December or January. I'm gonna record.
Wait, did you say the guy who played bass in Atriarch?
Yeah, he used to play bass in Atriarch a long time before I did. And now
before you played bass, interesting.
And now he's like an artist up in Seattle, and he does a bunch of other stuff. But I don't know. He does like a solo project that's noise, but he did a record with Stevie and Author and Punisher like 10 years ago.
Oh, nice.
I am currently wearing an Author and Punisher shirt.
You were just dropping all the references. Do you want to drop a Limp Bizkit reference?
Yeah, I just talked to Westmoreland the other day. We're going to do a fucking Yo-Yo Ma tribute project. And,
that would rock.
But that's sick. That just got mastered like a couple of weeks ago.
And tight, dude. What did you play on it?
I put bass on most of the songs, and I got a Roland EP2 that I put on there, and an accordion. I put that shit on there.
Tight, dude. That sounds rad.
That shit's done, and then I got my solo record's going to be done in like 2 days, and then
that's amazing. Man.
Is that going to be Icy Box?
Yeah, I'm just calling it Box though. I'm taking the Icy out.
Box. Oh, Box.
Yeah, just like the robot from the Logan's Run movie, just straight up Box.
Yeah. Once you're done with it, can I snack on your box?
Sure, fuck yeah. I could send it to you right now. It's on my shit. It's like there. And then I just did a Poison Idea live record.
Look at you playing for a legendary punk band that doesn't suck.
Bro, when we went to see you though in Seattle, that show was so weird. Bro, all the people were so old. We were the youngest people there. Bro, I'm 33 years old. I was the youngest person at that fucking show. What the fuck?
Yeah. Like
there I am being a 35-year-old in a fucking band of 50-year-olds. I feel the same way all the time, tell you.
The lead vocalist before he picked up the mic, I'm like, "Oh, that's definitely just their tour manager." And then he started singing, and I'm like, "Oh, well, I bet he also books the shows."
That's fucking funny.
Wait, so like the live album, didn't you have to like record guitars to a live record? Can you explain what you did exactly?
Well, they got this live album from New York or New Jersey or some shit, and they've mastered it twice. And it didn't sound good because Pig Champion's guitars were not recorded, and he's like kind of the most. I went him and Mondo. It's a 2-guitar band, dude. You can't have PI after Kings of Punk and the one after Blackout Vacant. You can't have it with just one guitar. It's got to be 2. So they sent it to me, and I had to listen to it and record his live guitars.
Yeah,
that
sounds like a nightmare. Yeah.
So I did a bunch of drugs and
hell yeah,
learned all this shit and then recorded it.
You got to channel the right energy.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna make a punk album sober. You're gonna end up with a Christian ska punk album.
Yeah, that's when the horns come out. You know, the more sober you are.
Yeah, this is exactly how 5 Iron Frenzy happened.
Yeah, when you're sober, you make shit like that Mighty Mighty Bosstone's fucking George Floyd song.
The George. Have I talked to you about that, Spencer?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, the George Floyd video that they put up and took down within 30 minutes. It's amazing.
Oh,
it's amazing.
Is it even on the internet? Can you find it?
It's not. No. So the only thing that I can find of it is some guy did like a live commentary on it. Some guy who's like really big on Twitch, and then he put that up, so you can watch that, and that's hilarious because he's not a white guy, and he's like, All right, listen, white people, what the fuck are you doing? It's just great. It's so good.
Yo, honky.
Damn.
That's a literal honky right there, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very honky move.
That's an uber
He's
honk.
the Bosstone. He's the guy who's paid by a ska band and has been for 30 years to dance to ska music.
Yeah. And he looks like a
Do
fucking...
you know about this guy?
No, I have no idea.
So
what you're
here's the
talking
thing.
about.
The Mighty Mighty Bosstones are technically, I think, an 8-piece band, right?
Yeah.
But one of their members is this guy who's known as the Bosstone. And what he does for the band and what he's always done for the past like 30 years, he's one of the only original members of the band, is he dances on stage to their music.
Would you even call it dancing, though? Or would you call it wobbling?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he's so fucking old that he's just like trying his hardest. And I'm like, dude, like, what do you expect when all you eat is Arby's? Like, your body's not going to hold up. You're like the only dude in a fedora at Arby's every day.
Arby's Bosstone.
Shut the fuck.
It's so stupid.
There's your
the name
next
of the episode.
new metal
Fuck all y'all.
karate meme.
That's the name of the episode.
roasted beef sandwich.
I can hear. Why do I hear Ricky Martin's "Livin' La Vida Loca" in my head right now?
Because you're gay.
Yeah,
Livin'
probably.
Livin' La Beef and Cheddar.
All right,
Oh
that's
my
the
God.
name of the episode.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
One sec. I'm going to grab a beer real quick because I need to get out of this room for just a
it's so
second.
fucking
It's-
hot in here.
we need to figure something out here because
It's only going to be like this for like this part of the year. It's not going to be like this forever.
I'm working on a Dale Earnhardt record right now. You know,
Oh, I
know.
know.
Okay,
We know.
yeah, you know,
We all
okay,
know.
yeah. It's pretty much done. I just got to re-record. I got to put live
This is
guitars on it.
This is your NASCAR wave record, correct?
Yeah, NASCAR way.
And also, is it Dale Earnhardt or Dale Earnhardt Jr. record?
No, it's not Junior. Junior is not involved in this.
I feel like
no Interceptor. I see how it is. Is that his name?
I feel like
Dale is
Andrew,
the Intimidator. I'm calling this record.
That's the Intimidator. Yeah,
The project
I feel
title
like-
is the Intimidator.
Okay.
It sounds metal. Yeah.
yeah, it does.
I feel like I recorded a guitar solo for something related to that. Did I never send that to you?
I don't know. I know you did the song, the Icy Box song, the Cherry Blossom.
No. Yeah, but you sent me one of your Dale Earnhardt songs. You're like, do a guitar solo here, and I did, and I don't think I ever sent it to you.
Yeah, I don't think you did. I don't remember.
That sucks. Oh well.
Well, if you got it, throw it at me, man.
All right, I'll look into it.
Go through the-
Anyways,
Yeah,
Brit,
yeah. What's up, dude?
you want to hit us with a bucket
I
fact?
would love to hit you with a bucket.
Bucket fact, 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 bucket fact.
So we know that Buckethead is a huge fan of the horror genre.
We do.
And today we're going to talk about his connection with the Saw franchise.
Okay.
So in 2005, we saw his song from Enter the Chicken with Buckethead and Friends. The track Three Fingers featuring Saul Williams appeared on the Saw 2 soundtrack. Although, unfortunately, I've looked several places and apparently it didn't actually appear in the movie.
Wait. Buckethead did a song with Saul Williams?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool collab.
Yeah, Saul Williams, the poet, rapper, songwriter, really interesting guy. They did a track together on Enter the Trick and the record that was co-produced by Serge Tankian and released by Surgical Strike Records. That appeared in 2005, and then Buckethead has never mentioned Saw or anything in interviews. And the creators of Saw have never really mentioned Buckethead in interviews. However, in 2017, the kind of revival movie of the series Jigsaw came out, which was the 8th Saw film. And in it, we saw a torture trap device known both by fans and canonically as the Buckethead trap.
What?
In which victims must sacrifice a little of their blood in order to release metal buckets that are affixed to their heads.
All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if there's any real connection there, but maybe that was very intentionally a tribute to Buckethead.
I want to believe.
We all want to believe.
Bucket facts.
There we go.
Yeah.
We did it. We did a bucket fact.
We certainly did, and you know what? We listened to 3 more Pikes this week.
Yeah, we did.
Pike 124, Pike 125, and Pike 126, Rotten Candy Cane, Along the Riverbank, and Tourist, respectively.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Pike 124, Rotten Candy Cane, released on March 31st, 2015, just 3 days after the previous Pike, Scroll of Vegetable.
This record is pretty dope. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
It's 15 tracks spelling out Rotten Candy Cane, 1 letter each, ROTTEN, so on and so forth. And it is a banger. There's so much going on here.
Yeah, there's a lot. Wang, did you get a chance to listen to this record?
I did. It was my favorite of the 3, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
I probably agree with that too, yeah.
It was very much in the vein of a bunch of previous Pikes we listened to, like
Jeopardy Backwards.
And then Pike 61, Cytassis,
Yeah.
Pike 68, Assignment 033/03, and Pike 98, Pilot. Very much just like, it's almost like he made a kind of like a breaks electronic record and then just fucked around with guitar over it until it sounded really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting guitar sounds here. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of interesting, like, I don't know, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. What do you think, Wang?
It sounded, I haven't really explored these Pikes very much, but just knowing what I know about Buckethead in general, it sounded exactly like what I was expecting it to sound like.
Hell yeah.
And I really, the one thing I appreciated about the record is that it starts off with an assortment of different types of drum sounds that change pretty sporadically.
Mm-hmm.
And and there's a lot of guitar virtuosity occurring over that. And then there's not much happening until closer to the middle of the record when he starts introducing synth pads and different other types of sounds.
Yeah.
So I really like that progressive quality where more musicality would occur as the record would progress.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that was the case. Like the only criticism I have of this one is that it would be better with more riffs. Like there's a lot of it that feels like almost freeform in a way.
I guess, but
like it is structured.
Yeah, it's structured, just not by guitar.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a really interesting album, and I like the diversity of the music, and I like that it gets more diverse. Like he doesn't go back to the same well a lot in the record. Like it keeps getting weirder and longer and crazier, which is always fun. Like it's good shit.
I know that Buckethead's a big fan of the Residents, and I think it was pretty obvious on this album with the way that it felt.
Let's be honest. No one's a big fan of the Residents. You just say that to get laid. Like,
well, I have a T-shirt, and I've seen them live a couple times.
Yeah, but
that's what you tell the ladies.
Yeah, you do that to get laid.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
Really, you do that to get laid? They see the eyeball.
The Residents are the most obscure band that will actually still get you laid. Buckethead will not.
No one wants to fuck to Buckethead music.
No. I've it's accidentally like come on the sex playlist before, and I was just like, listen, I gotta pause real quick.
Hold on, I gotta push this forward to the Foghat. Hold on, dude.
Yeah, just
I'm a fool for the city.
Yeah, I can't come unless Free Ride is playing.
Yeah.
Slow Ride.
For me, it's Turned Down for What by DJ Snake and Lil Jon. That has to be playing, or else it just can't.
Specifically
bust.
the video, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, just the song in general. Like, I need it to bust though. Like, it's real shit. So,
did you just drink straight vodka, dude? Because that rules. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you totally did.
Yeah, that rules. Wang, you're still.
It's tequila. It's tequila.
Oh, okay. Even better.
Well, anyways, Pike 124 Rotten Candy Cane is a lovely record.
It's really good. I would highly recommend it. It's probably my favorite Pike in the last, since probably like Pike 100.
Sure. I would say that, like, honestly, all three of these are really solid Pikes.
They are.
This week is a particularly solid week. That said, though, like, this one is essential listening if you're listening through the Pikes. You got to listen to it. It's too good.
I mean, it's essentially listening for us, and we definitely gravitate towards the weirder, more manic Pikes. Like, this is like, I don't know, in a way, I feel like this is Buckethead's take on someone like Venetian Snares, or maybe even like Richard D. James stuff.
Or even like a square pusher.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody that like uses electronic music to create a tapestry of sounds that are intertwined in interesting and previously, I guess, non-explored ways.
Yeah, but altogether, it's really good.
It's really good, and it's really cool. And this is one of those ones where I wonder about the influence of Dan Monti. Like, I wonder if this is more of a Dan Monti record than it is a Buckethead record.
Right. It makes me wonder, are these records that are just like so heavily electronic and varied equal? Is it like all set up by Dan Monti and then Buckethead plays over all of it? Or is this a purely Buckethead record? And the thing is, the two of them had been working together for so long, since like the mid-2000s, that Buckethead has developed such a sound and a production style that I don't know if you can really separate the two at this point.
That's true.
Like the Dan Monti sound and the Buckethead sound, I feel are synonymous.
Do you think that maybe he's heavily influenced by him just because they work together so much, or is he actually in the liner notes on the Bandcamp?
Well, yeah, he's in the liner notes on like everything, and so Dan Monti has a credit for on Dan Monti's website. He credits himself for all of the Pikes for production, bass, and keyboards.
So Buckethead's not playing any bass on these records.
Well,
no, he does.
He does.
But we don't know how much he plays and how much Dan Monti plays.
It's not specific. Okay.
Right. We know almost for certain all of this. All of the slapping parts are played by Buckethead, because live Dan Monti never really slaps.
So what you're
I'm
saying?
gonna laugh at that too. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What you're saying is Dan Monti does all of the drum programming.
Oh my God. This is
perhaps.
And then I'm guessing Buckethead gets it in his hands, and then he fucks it all up or something.
It is. What do you think would be a good soundtrack?
Oh yeah, Wang. So this is a part in the show. Every Buckethead album we listen to, we say like, "Hey, this is probably related to a fictional place in quote unquote Buckethead land, right? Which is like a theme park type thing." So we try to think of like, what would this be a good soundtrack to for like a theme park type thing? It could be an attraction or just an area of the park.
Oh, you know those things where you have to test your strength by hitting it with a hammer?
Yeah.
You don't hit it with the hammer, you hit it with your butt cheeks.
Oh,
I love that. Like, you jump up and then like slam down on your butt really hard.
Yeah, like Mario style, Mario 64.
Yeah.
Test your ass. Total combat.
Yeah, test your ass. I like that. I'm into that. That's good.
Yeah. I think Rotten Candy Cane, to me, it would be definitely like, one of those like up and down rides that like lifts you high up and then drops you real fast. And it's just completely vertical, but it's like kind of painted like a candy cane, but a rotten one. And so it's like the idea of the ride is like you're on this candy cane thing and it's going up, but it's rotten. It's going to drop you all the way down because it's crumbling.
Okay.
I think it's an actual a rotten candy cane ride.
Can I add to that? When you're on your way down, are you familiar with the data moshing videos?
No. What is that?
It's a art thing on YouTube where they take videos and then they affect the video to have, it's like an animated you know the animated GIF of the Pepsi guy drinking a Pepsi and his eyes are crossed and shit, and then his face like just turns to mush and it like drifts off screen.
Yeah.
You ever seen that shit? It's like you're going down the roller coaster and it just turns. You're all of a sudden inside of a fractal of some sort.
Oh, so it's pretty much like taking Salvia.
It's a Salvia. It's definitely a Salvia record. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Ooh, I would hate to listen to this on Salvia.
Absolutely.
That would be really
terrible.
intense.
Hate to listen to this on Salvia. This would be. I mean, everything on Salvia is the worst version of that thing.
Yep.
So this record would be especially terrifying.
Do you like your reality folding in on you? This is the one for you.
Yeah. Like whoever likes Salvia is a fucking psychopath.
Well, nobody does Salvia for a long period of time. They do it a couple times and then they talk like they keep doing it or something.
No, and like
nobody does that.
No, ooh, gross, yikes.
Or they like to feel shitty all the time. Or they can't afford mushrooms or something. Or they don't know who to buy them from. Yeah.
Oh god. I mean, like, yeah, those people have like reasonably moved on to like kratom at this point, though, right?
big kratom energy. Pike 125.
Along the Riverbank, released on April 3rd, 2015, just 3 days after Rotten Candy Cane.
3 days.
3 days, baby.
Yeah, this one is more of a traditional, quote unquote, traditional Buckethead album.
Yeah, it's fairly diverse for a traditional Buckethead album.
I would say it's an exceptionally strong example of that in the sense that it like has a lot of diversity to the music.
Right, and although like I'd say most of it would fall under the purview of metal in general, it's a diverse metal album. He does like a big bluesy metal thing. Then he does like an alt rocky.
Yeah, there's even a little bit of like new metal parts to it.
Yeah,
and
definitely. And there's a straight up thrash song near the end, Starboard Bow.
Yeah, I thought the new metal parts were my favorite part.
Ooh, and actually, yeah. So Viewmaster's track 3 was definitely like the chunky, heavy, groovy new metal song. I don't know if y'all noticed, track 4, All Ashore, was without a doubt in my mind a rejected Black Label Society song. It was like literally half the song is him like ending a riff on a pinch harmonic, and I'm like, damn, I should be just fucking snorting bourbon right now.
Yeah, snort bourbon.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Into it. Yeah.
Yeah. This was a pretty good album though. What'd you think, Mr. Wang?
Yeah, you're the expert here. Lay it on us.
I'm the expert, Mark.
Yep.
I'm the expert on that? What? Why?
You're the expert on all sorts of shit. Tell us what you think.
Because you have more hair on near your mouth than we do combined on our entire bodies.
Yeah, you have an enormous wizard beard.
I don't even know where I'm at right now.
So you're like...
Layeth upon us your wizard knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, you have to have like deep forbidden knowledge, like Alan Moore or the guy who did the Beastie Boys records,
or Rasputin. Yeah.
Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin also. Rick Rubin,
Rasputin, Alan Moore.
The Trinity of white man beards.
You can poison me and shoot me, and I won't die.
I'm gonna take you up on that.
Okay.
Yeah, we will.
I'm gonna take
next time we hang out with you. In Portland,
I'll get a Kevlar suit.
We'll give you a poison idea.
A toxic thought, perhaps.
Let's kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you what I thought about this one. So the beginning of this record starts off with your quintessential clean guitar. We're getting into a zone kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Along the riverbank.
Because the first track is like 11 minutes long.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty much half the album.
It's pretty much half the record. And
same with the next album. The first track on there as well is like half the fucking album.
So the whole time that part was playing, I was. It's hard for me to listen to music and not sing along to it when there aren't vocals there.
I feel that.
Nice.
So I was singing like. My friend Mark and I are going camping together because once a year we go camping and don't tell our wives, and we suck each other off in the tent and get drunk and it's something that we've been doing since 7th grade, and we're not into each other though. It's just something that we do.
No, definitely not. No, it's a very Grecian thing. You're like Homer in the Odyssey.
Yeah. It's a very Greek Isle of Crete thing.
Yes.
The year
it's a
is
Greek thing, baby. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
The year is 500 BC.
Yo, it's not gay. It's Cretan. All right. Like,
That's funny. And then it goes into the song, and it does that. You'll have to help me with the chord progression. It's like the Iron Maiden progression, whatever that is. What are those numbers? Those 3 numbers?
Oh, it's I want to say it's the Iron Maiden. There's a couple Iron Maiden progressions. One they do a lot though is the root, the 7th, and then the minor 3rd.
Okay.
Or the
that one, like that's every that. So that song just feels like a chord progression song to me once the shit starts. And
I get that.
I fucking hate chord progressions, man. Especially when it comes from a musical place where, like from the late 80s and the early 90s, where like guys like Paul Gilbert and Joe Satriani and
I see where you're coming
Steve
from.
Vai and all those fucking guys, where the whole meat of everything that we're hearing is what's happening on the guitar solo, right?
Right, yeah, because it sucks, because like like all these guitar gods out there are great at soloing, but they're soloing over something so very modal that they have to stay in the same key for their entire backing track, and so they make the most boring backing tracks ever, because there's no accidentals anywhere in them, because that's going to make their solo just a little bit harder.
Yeah, and the accidentals are going to happen on the solo itself, if anything.
Right. Oh yeah, and only then it's going to be like dee doo dee doo dee, like something completely chromatic because they fucked up or they just don't know where to go.
So all we have on the backing band part of the music is like the lowest common denominator of what could actually happen, and then all of the musicality itself is happening on the guitar solo. So
which is very
so it almost
Buckethead.
feels it's like a form of elevator music, but the elevator is going really fucking fast, you know?
Yeah.
And that was something I kind of just grabbed off this whole record, and I'm not shit talking that stuff because there's a degree of myself that I apply to in my own music, and I get it. But I'm way more fucking neurotic about making it sound interesting, and for me, you know, I want to be excited by that shit.
Right, and I mean the big difference too is like, I mean, you put out a lot of music, but you're releasing maybe, you know, at most a couple records a year.
Exactly.
Whereas like you take time to stop and think. I don't think Buckethead really does.
He doesn't have to, and he shouldn't.
No,
because
he doesn't want to, or need to, or have to. Yeah,
exactly.
I think what happened with Buckethead is, I think that whole thing that happened with Guns N' Roses, the Chinese democracy thing, where he was in the band for like 5 years or something, and he quit the band because they couldn't fucking finish a record. You know,
a guy like Buckethead shouldn't have to be actually do a tour. Yeah,
Buckethead shouldn't have to be confined by those shitty fucking walls. Like a guy like him just wants to just let shit out, no matter what it is.
For sure, yeah, 100%.
And I love that. That shows a degree of ego that I don't possess. You know, like he doesn't give a flying fuck, man, and I do. And that's two different sides of the coin, man. And I love that. I respect the fuck out of it. There's actually there's a song on that record. And this is on the other record as well. The next one we're going to talk about, but it's only like a minute and a half long. And he just took a really quick idea and just made it like a sting and said, "Okay, this is good enough." And I noticed that. I love that.
I liked that a lot too. Like that was a really fun thing, and I like the idea of just being like, this idea is good enough to show to people, but I don't need to make it into this giant thing. Like, I'm just going to make it this limited little thing and be like, here it is. And it's good. It's fun. Good shit.
And even though I talk I talked this shit about this current record. The one that we're about to talk about doesn't follow that criteria. It sounds
it's a little
different.
Yeah, it's a different vibe. Yeah, and we'll get to that.
So
but,
along the riverbank, what do you think it's a good soundtrack for?
Well, I mean, obviously, Lazy River.
Yeah, I was actually thinking more of like a kind of maybe a southern bluesy kind of themed. Not so much Lazy River as it is like not a log flume, but like a Tunnel of Love type thing, but a lot more like grungy. And there's like talking alligators smoking bongs and shit. And
talking alligators smoking bongs.
I think isn't that a Black Label Society song?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Talking alligators smoking bongs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's yours, Spencer?
What's my what?
Your
soundtrack.
What carnival ride is it?
Oh, at Lazy River.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lazy River is what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking like this is the sort of music that you listen to when you're like, maybe not like full on blackout drunk, but like you're at a big resort and you're at a resort, you're at a theme park, you're at like a big like place where there's lots of people, lots of stuff happening, and like the drinks are cheap or they're comped or they're just going to a bill that you're gonna pay later,
right?
And you don't care.
You bought a whole bunch of like fucking shitty dirt weed off this guy for $10 a gram
because you immediately went to like the wait staff and were like, we're gonna get weed, dude.
Yeah, and you just went to the first black guy you saw on the wait staff, and he's like, man, whatever, and he just sells you fucking oregano from the kitchen.
And so you're all oreganoed up. You smell like
you smell like a fucking Olive Garden.
Oh hell yeah. You're getting Pizza the Hut, right? And you got like 4 or 5 gin and tonics in you. And you get in the Lazy River and you're just like blah blah blah. You're like ha ha kids, fuck you. And then you're like ha ha. I don't have kids. Ah, ha ha. And you're like real drunk and you're just like floating around like that. This is the music.
But then you're so drunk that you pass out in the inner tube and wake up sporadically just to vomit all over your chest.
Yeah, but it gets washed away.
Exactly, because you're on a lazy river. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're along the riverbank. You're going through the lazy river. What ails you is going to exit your body. It's going to get washed away until the lifeguards notice that you keep vomiting in the pool, and they're like, "Hey, we got to get that guy out of here."
Yeah, until you like actually shit yourself while floating, and they're like, "What's that brown? Oh, not a motherfucker." Pike 126. Speaking of which, Pike 126, tourist.
Also known for shitting in a pool.
Yes. Released on April 9th, 2015, just 6 days after the previous Pike, and just 1 day after my 27th birthday.
Nice. Hey, before we start talking about this one, Wang, have you ever shit in a pool?
Intentionally or unintentionally.
Yeah. You can technically say whatever you want. You could claim unintentional, even if you did intentionally.
I would remember that. I don't go on pools too often. I've never shit in a pool.
Have you ever seen somebody shit the pool?
I don't think so. No.
Nice. I've definitely seen turds in pools. I used to take swim lessons when I was in elementary school, and like there were definitely multiple times I would see turds in the pool.
I've definitely seen a lot of turds in pools.
Yeah, pools, very gross.
No, when you think about it that way, but like they're actually like controlled for bacteria. You know what's actually gross is any non-man-made body of water.
Oh yeah, I swim in shit-infested waters all the time out here. So
yeah, it's a good time. It builds up your immune system.
Yeah,
like good shit.
No.
Good shit. Good shit.
Good shit. It's good shit. It's pool shit. It's that chlorinated shit.
And speaking I want to say my carnival ride for the last record. It's not a ride. It's a guy with an AC/DC shirt walking his kids to the carnival. That's what the last record is.
What you mean? What walking his stepkids?
Stepkids.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Pike 126 tourist.
I liked this one quite a bit. I like this one better than Pike 125.
Yeah, it was heavier, definitely.
Yeah, and more atmospheric. And like you said, like when we were talking about the last record, like that first song is a particularly long song that takes up a lot of the record. And like that first song is my favorite part of this record.
So yeah, the first song is really good. One that I found really interesting was track 5, "Break for the Slide," which was just like a single mic recording of him playing an out-of-tune acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And it was...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It was unexpected, but I kind of liked it because it was just a break in him, like, doing professional DAW fucking rock. Like,
yeah, and it was interesting because, like, we've never heard anything like that in any of the Pikes.
I think
like,
you're right. I don't think we've, like, quite heard... I mean, he has done some single mic acoustic parts, but not on, like, an out-of-tune guitar and weirdly. Like
yeah,
this.
and it doesn't even sound like he recorded it with, like, a good mic. It sounds like he recorded it with, like, a computer mic.
Or a phone or something.
Yeah, like a phone. Yeah. And it's just a very strange... it takes you out of it, but it doesn't, like, take you out of the record. It takes you out of, like, that metal zone that he was in before.
And it helps because it also leads into the next track pretty well.
It does, yeah.
The track after that kind of possesses the same, I don't know, like the same scales or something, you know, just...
Oh, storage? Yeah. It's just like
same
a
vibe,
groove metal song with just lots of shred, but kind of, yeah, like I feel like it keeps a similar tempo and a similar feel.
And you can hear the cars passing by his window, so he's probably in an apartment somewhere, which is why there's not real drums on any of these records.
Yeah.
Well, there might be. There actually might be real drums on some of the records. We're not sure.
I don't think there are.
There are some that sound like real drums.
They sound like it, but that's probably just good drum programming. Because the thing is, like, Dan Monty has never credited himself with drums, even though Brian Mantilla claims he's a good drummer.
The drum program is really good.
It is really good.
It's always, like, it's pretty consistent. Yeah,
it's consistently very good. And, like, there are some Pikes that are a little bit better than others, but these are all
Pikes
strong
can
Pikes.
Be a little rough, but at least since, like, I'd say, like, Pike 70 or 80, the drum programming has consistently been good.
Yeah, quite good. Yeah. This one's fun. Like, I like the, like, sludgier vibe to it. Yeah. It's pretty good.
I didn't feel that chord progression. Like, the 11-minute song before that felt very chord progression based, but the first track off of this one didn't have a focus on the chord progressions.
Oh no, it was much better, and it also was like, I mean, Glowworm, the first track on here was like 14 minutes. Like it was actually half the record,
and like that's a cool song. It's got like heavy atmospheric vibes. Like it's cool. Like I like that all three of these Pikes are strong, and I like that they're all like different.
Yeah. I didn't hate any of them. I rather liked Pike 124 and 126. 125 was, a little lull, but if put in a trio of basically any other Pikes we've listened to throughout the weeks, it might have been the strongest one. It's just it was sandwiched between two pretty strong Pikes.
Yeah, agreed.
Did you guys read the YouTube comments on this?
We'll get to that.
We have a whole segment of the show about that, which is our next segment, so we'll get to that. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
In fact, so along the river, or I'm sorry, Tourist. What do you think this would be a good soundtrack for?
A gift shop.
Okay. I mean, it is Tourist. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, or potentially like a holding cell for like people that are bad at the park.
So what I'm thinking is it's the more centralized place you go to buy like photos of you on the ride.
Oh,
because that's a thing only tourists do is get photos of themselves on the ride.
That is true. Yeah.
Sounds like smoking weed in a porta-potty.
Hell yeah, brother.
More like smoking weed in a Portland potty. What's up, baby? Can we call them Portland potties from now on? Because Portland is full of shit.
It's relative.
It smells bad.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So yeah, those were 3 great fucking Pikes. Pretty impressed. I'd say that was one of the best 3 Pike runs we've had. I'd put that probably like in the top 5.
Oh yeah.
Of the 3 Pike runs. Yeah,
certainly.
Super fucking good.
100%.
So now that we've listened to all the Pikes, do y'all want to take a take a journey with me
Let's take a journey, Britt.
into the bucket void?
Let's go on a journey.
Statements from the bucket
Oh my god. Oh my god, we're here. This is the part of the show where we like to shine a little flashlight into those dark nether regions of the internet and, report back what we find.
Are you sure we're not talking about your neighbor's window?
Oh, shh. We don't want them to know I can see. Yeah, so, this is the part of the show where we, look at some comments out there on the net, the web.
The interwebs?
The interwebs. You ever seen the film The Net with Sandra Bullock from 1995? It's pretty good. It's where you can hack into the government by clicking a JPEG. It's pretty rad.
That movie's so fucking dumb.
It's fucking dumb. You know what else is fucking dumb? YouTube user 7disco3. I'm not going to read their whole comment, but I'm going to read an excerpt from it where they say, quote, I'm 42 years old and been brought up on Frank Zappa, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Pink Floyd, and so on. You don't have to try to explain music to me. Yep.
I would like to try to explain music to this fellow. I'd be like, listen, so just because there is a white man who reads too much postmodern literature and can play guitar decently doesn't make them great.
True. I like the sentiment, though. Once you're over 40, you can't be taught what music is anymore.
just to point out, he's 42. This is episode 42.
Wow, look at that. It's synchronicity there.
Synergy right there, baby.
Synergy, look at that. YouTube user Chris Jones says 6 years ago, the one and only Buck Nasty.
Mr. Jones. I agree.
Buck Nasty, though. Mm-hmm. Buck Nasty.
More like Buck Cherry.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if...
you're the crazy bucket. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you're crazy head, but we fuck so good I like Zed from Police Academy.
Hell yeah, Zed from Police Academy is the real shit. Andy Gonetz says 6 years ago, he can when he wants.
Yeah, more like Andy Gonads, because he can come when he wants. What's up, baby?
All right, sure. Yeah. When was the last time y'all came?
Earlier today, like 3 times.
About 10 minutes ago.
Nice.
That's awesome. Was it like
when we were talking?
Break? Yeah.
Or during the break?
That's why he had his screen off.
Obviously. Yeah.
So he could bust all over his screen and then send the picture of his cum-covered screen to the person that he busted on.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing people regularly do.
What they do? I mean, no one's ever sent you a cum pic of... No? Okay.
Buckethead fans can't wait to hear this podcast. I tell you.
No, straight up. No,
because
they're into it.
They're all going to be related. I do it all the time. Man. I just fucking listened to G3, G3's last live album, and oh man,
and just jerk off all the time. Yeah,
I just heard the last Racer X record, and I didn't even know it was G-Thing when I heard it.
Yeah, I call it Racer Triple X because it's my porno.
Yeah. I jerked off onto a picture of Paul Gilbert and posted it on Instagram the other day. Yeah, like that's what you do. It's just real life.
After you turn 40.
G3, more like G4 because I hit my prostate G spot 4 times and came.
More like G4 Tech TV. Because we're back into the early 2000s.
Shut the fuck up. You're canceled. All right, move on.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of canceled, YouTube user Andrew Tilson says 5 years ago, Buckethead, did you put the turtles up in it? I don't know what that means at all. But
these people on? What are they,
I don't know, man. They're on Buckethead.
Yeah, they're on the most forbidden drug of all. Like, you think salvia will fuck up your worldview? Try listening to a fucking couple Pikes.
Is there like
this is like a mix of like 2CI and bath salts.
Is there an 8chan or is there a Buckethead Facebook group where they
Oh, yes, there's several of them.
Actually, I don't know. I'm not in any Buckethead Facebook
There's
groups.
There's several Buckethead Facebook.
I'm gonna have to plumb the
that I'm
depths
aware
of
of.
that for
Yeah,
Bucket Void.
The real,
Yeah.
I mean, the real. So far as I've found, the real Buckethead forum is on Reddit r/Buckethead. That's definitely the most frequented, the one with the most active posts and Bucketheads.
Yeah, that is true. YouTube user Cody Cho says 7 months ago, someone with way too much time during the pandemic, I must add, says, quote, I made this album cover in Animal Crossing New Horizons a while listening to this. Look up, quote, Buckethead, and you'll find it.
Okay, so if you are obsessive about Animal Crossing and Buckethead, I would recommend Suicide. Because there's no light at the end of this tunnel.
I feel like that's a perfectly fine tunnel. That's a fuzzy tunnel to be in, okay? You can just hang there and, like, play your little, like, underpowered Nintendo toy thing and, like, you know, like, enjoy it.
You're going to come after Switch?
The Switch is lame as fuck.
I was making a joke about people who are kind of silly. You're actually going to come after Switch? Like,
Switch is lame as fuck.
Bro, come on.
Right
we all know you're a Switch. Like, you're going to...
Well, no comment.
I would recommend Matricide.
Shit.
I would recommend being a switch or a top, because being a bottom's gay as fuck.
Okay. YouTube user Amram 6 years ago says something interesting. Thank God. Parentheses. Buck.
Ram?
Buck break.
Like it's like buck, you know?
Oh, Buckhead.
It's like you trying to buck?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
you
Like,
know.
my name is Fuck, and I came to buck.
Exactly.
Netflix
Yeah,
and Buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting terminology there. Followed up by Scott Bowen, Bucky rules.
Bucky. Bucky O'Hare, baby.
There's a lot of interesting bucket terminology this week. I saw there's a lot of good comments actually this week. Like just a lot of interesting. So speaking of buck, a YouTube user So Just Because says one of the best buck pikes.
Yeah.
Apparently this is picking up steam, this
You know what?
terminology.
You know what? I was born to fuck, but I'm here today to buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Born to fuck, here to buck.
Straight
yeah,
up.
exactly. YouTube user Blazerk9 4 years ago says, may this journey of eargasms never end. This is so fucking good.
Hell yeah, Blazerk 420 faggot.
Jesus Christ. We're gonna get canceled for this. Fuck you, Brit.
I'm the resident faggot. I'm allowed to do this.
I'm gonna get canceled for
I'm the
laughing
resident.
at it.
No, you're not. You're fine. You can laugh at gay jokes from gay people. All right. I'm giving you the G pass. All right. I don't have an N card, but I have a G pass and an F pass for you.
Interesting. Okay. YouTube user Digitali 6 years ago says, fuck, this moment when Bucket is going godlike, so amazing, unreal that this comes from a human being, or maybe not.
You know what comes from a human being?
Come.
Yeah, that guy while he was listening to this album.
Fuck. Oh,
Buck.
man. Gross. Yeah, I guess we're here to buck. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty weird stuff. A lot of, divisive opinions here today.
Interesting. Really.
One of them, Russ W. says, if you don't dig Bucket, you have no clue how to listen to music. Listening to music is a skill you must figure out.
Yeah,
after you're 40.
I agree with him. This is why I agree.
Well, I mean,
with...
after you're 40, you don't know how to listen to music. We've established that already. We're all taking away those days, you know?
And this guy right here definitely expresses the opinion of most voters on the Russ belt.
Fuck off. Another one, Elim Peniel says, so sad. People love pop music and not this.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. People love popular music. Wow.
I don't
what
like
a
any
surprise.
music, so he's going to be real bummed on me.
Popular music is popular. No.
How can you listen to this lowercase c, capital case RAP music?
Yeah. I don't listen to country or rap because you put them together, you got crap. You can't spell crap without rap. Gotcha, black
Let me
people.
tell you, man, put a thumbs
shit.
up on this comment if you hate Justin Bieber and you appreciate Greta Von Fleet because they're fucking true music.
You mean Greta Van Thunberg?
You guys like Greta Thunberg, dude? You guys like
they're
Philip,
so sick.
Philip
I love
Seymour
how they're taking
Hoffman?
up. Yeah, I love how they're taking up the Zeppelin torch, brah.
Yeah. I'm into any band that forces a groupie to have sex with a shark.
Yeah,
That would be DTRM. Shark,
you did
Week.
write an album about Shark Week.
You ready? You've heard Shark Week. Are you ready for Shark Night, bitch?
So when we read YouTube comments, we've been doing this for a long time, and there's one particular commenter that we like a lot.
I'm just gonna actually make a theme song for Jordan Vine.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't show up every week, but he does
shows
up a lot.
up at least every other week.
Yeah, and like we like him because his comments are filled with vim and vigor. They go for the gusto.
They
do.
They live life. Like I feel like if Hemingway were still alive,
Yes.
and was a virgin who listened to Buckethead,
Yeah, Jordan Vine. That's him right there.
he would write comments very similar.
I'm pretty sure Hemingway was a virgin.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, The Sun Also Rises is about not being able to get it up. So.
Yeah, obviously. So we have 2 comments from our friend Jordan Vine today, which is we're blessed with Vine tidings, you know. So I'm gonna have Brit read one of them, and I'm gonna read the second one, the long one. But Brit, you're gonna read the short one for us.
Oh, it's a Vine of the Times, baby.
Yeah, there we go. Enjoy that.
Okay.
It's good shit.
All right, sorry, I gotta put my mic a bit back because there's
some dynamics at play here.
Some caps, some all caps.
Yeah.
Amazing as always! Buckethead has a phenomenal music brain and such incredible talent as a guitarist. Well, the greatest guitarist music in, if I'm gonna be incredibly honest,
We love to see it. Thanks, Jordan Vine, for providing us with such great content. Buckethead. Jordan Vine is a everlasting Buckethead stan. He really appreciates everything Buckethead does. He goes against the haters. He fights for true metal, which is true Buckethead metal. You know, TBM.
He didn't like 124, not one bit.
When you enter the Bucket Hall. Like Jordan Vine is the one who greets you.
No, that's true. Yeah.
He's the Saint Peter of the Buckethead religion.
Posers leave the hall. The bucket.
Yes.
No, he's the guy with the fucking book, and if your name's not in there, he's like,
He sends you to Hades. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He sends 100%. You to Malmsteen Hades or something.
Oh no, he sends you to Justin Bieber's discography for eternity.
Speaking of which, This is maybe one of the most amazing YouTube comments I've ever seen. It is a long comment, and I'm going to read it all. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Jordan Vine says, 2 years ago, don't get me wrong. There's hundreds of talented people out there, and I mean the legends of music. For example, Michael Jackson, Bee Gees, Rolling Stones, Rick Astley,
What?
Bon Jovi,
What?
Aerosmith,
No.
Dire Straits, Lionel Richie, Queen, Van Halen, Def Leppard, Whitney Houston, Belinda Carlisle, Iron Maiden. There's fucking loads and loads. I could go on forever. But Ed Sheeran, Adele, Jess Glynn, One Direction, and Lady Gaga, and loads of others are more talented than Buckethead and all the other legends of music. Again, fuck off.
Like a Winamp playlist or something?
Yeah, no, this is him like naming artists he likes and then artists he doesn't like but are objectively incredibly talented, and then saying Buckethead is more objectively talented than them, which I disagree with, especially when it comes to like Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is specifically more objectively talented than Buckethead, straight up.
I have no idea anything about that.
If you
I know I don't like Lady Gaga's music.
Google Lady Gaga solo jazz piano, and it will fucking wreck you in half. She is so much more talented than anyone. I mean, a lot of people know. I mean, gay people know exactly how talented she is, but she is.
Let me tell you, gay people have a grip on music that straight people don't. Right?
No, straight up. I mean, not straight up. The opposite of straight up.
Fucking
Gay
Elton
up,
John, Freddie Mercury, fucking the guy from Disturbed.
No.
Chad Kroeger.
Straight up. So Elton John is a gay person, and he has an amazing grasp on music because, you know, he doesn't think much of himself. You know who his favorite piano player in the world is? The person who he says is the greatest living piano player. And
Lionel Richie.
I'm inclined to agree. No, not Lionel Richie.
Stevie Wonder.
No, not Stevie.
Bela Bartok.
No. Think way better than all.
Claude Debussy.
He's not a living. He's been dead for 150 years.
Yo-Yo Ma.
He plays cello.
Yo-Yo Ma's a he? When
and
was
he
the
plays
transition?
cello. Shut the fuck up. So Elton John believes the greatest living piano player is none other than my favorite living piano player.
Is it Billy Joel?
Bruce motherfucking Hornsby, you son of a bitch.
Oh.
Don't you dare accuse me of thinking Billy Joel's a good piano player.
I just really wanted to give you shit if you actually thought Billy Joel was good.
Go fuck yourself.
I would be like, wow, Britt, you think Billy Joel is good, you fucking nerd.
You know me so much better than that, Spencer. I'm really offended, to be honest. I'm never offended.
You should be.
But honestly, I am offended at you thinking that I think Billy Joel is a good piano player.
Sing me a song, Margaritaville. Jimmy Buffett is
That's a good
here.
name for the episode.
Burger in Paradise.
So, in thinking about Buckethead this week, it reminded me of something that I haven't thought about for a long time, which is Bucket. World famous, original, genuine, the authentic Bucket. And that is spelled B-U-K-K-E-T.
Okay, Spencer.
And it sells for $26.97 on Amazon.com.
You do not pretend to me for a motherfucking second that you have not thought about that in quote unquote a long time, because we have discussed this at least twice in the last year.
That's true. That's true.
No. In the last calendar year, Spencer, since January.
However, that may be true. However, we have not looked at the online discourse about the Bucket, and we're only going to take a quick...
Guess what?
Hold on.
Guess what? You haven't. Guess who has? Guess who's been up on Bucket.com or org or whatever and looking at their odd Israeli produced fucking gravity bongs.
Oh, yeah.
And the reviews. This motherfucker right here, Spencer.
Okay, so Britt, being that you are the bucket expert, will you explain to those listening what a bucket is?
I would love to. So the bucket is a waterless gravity bong. So basically the idea behind it is it has a plastic base that is flat and circular, and then it has a top to it that is also circular, but has a mouthpiece, which is also the place where you put the bowl piece.
Correct.
And in between this top and bottom is what is essentially a
it's an accordion.
It's an accordion, but it's like it's a polyfabric accordion that is basically like what you use for like a small HVAC product to route like air somewhere. It's like a 6-inch or maybe like a 4 to 6 inch diameter HVAC polytube that's like it's coiled up in kind of an accordion or like a spring style with an internal like aluminum wire. And so basically what you do is, like any gravity bong, it works on the concept of gravity, where you start out with a thing fully compressed, and you have the bowl piece in the mouthpiece, and the bowl piece is filled with tobacco use only.
Oh, yeah, obviously tobacco
and you
use
light
only.
your tobacco use only, and then just let the bottom of it go, and gravity drags it down because it's kind of heavy, and drags air from the top of the bowl piece and mouthpiece down into the gravity bong. And
the gravity well.
The gravity well, and it fills up with very thick marijuana smoke.
Yes.
And then once it is fully down and all the way complete, you take out the bowl piece, put your mouth on the mouthpiece, and suck in as fast as you possibly can while pushing the bottom to the top. And so basically you give yourself a very, very concentrated hit of thick, disgusting, yellowish brown marijuana smoke.
Yeah, it's super intense.
It's awful. It gets you so fucking high that it's nuts.
Yeah, I remember when Britt got one of these fucking things in Alaska, when we were probably like 17 or 18, like we were still very young at the time.
Yes, this is when I was still 18, because I got one.
I would have been 17 then, yeah.
I got one when I was selling weed to all of Corrupture, but I was not into Corrupture or in Corrupture yet.
Yeah, I remember like we would park in the parking lot of grocery stores, and we would smoke.
Not so much grocery stores. We usually went into the business park in front of the diamond cars.
No, the cars on Huffman.
Yeah, the Huffman cars. There was a business. There was like this weird, like mini mall area that was all just like offices and stuff like that. And so like after 6 p.m., there was nobody there. Yeah, and there was no security or anything.
Yeah,
so you could just go and hang out there in a parked car on a side street for like, an hour, and it was awesome.
Well, and so this was a known thing. So, like, when I was in high school, for example, like, people from my high school, which was close to this particular business park, we would go hang out there and do drugs because the police didn't really patrol it, and it didn't matter. So it was, like, a known thing, and that was a place that we would do that. And the Bucket, gravity bongs in general are going to get you fucked up. Like, if you've never done a gravity bong, like, it is a huge amount of thick, dark marijuana smoke. It will fuck you up. Mm-hmm. Like, you will be fucked.
So anyone who, like, smokes or anything like that, like, imagine the first time you did a dab. And you know how that, like, no matter how high you had gotten before doing your first dab, the dab just takes you to another universe. And you feel like you're a fucking astronaut on the moon. Like, motion is slow. People talk like fucking you're in Charlie Brown, and they're like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But they're just asking you to pass the lighter, and you're like, the what?
I remember, like, one circumstance in which I did a bucket hit. I literally had to give my friend a ride home or something after that. And, like, I remember feeling like I was literally time traveling to the 1980s, and that was reality, and I had to deal with that. And it was, like, really intense. And I went through, like, a whole, like, thing about it in my head. It was a whole thing. I remember also one time taking bucket hits with you, and then we were in the Taco Bell parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually in the Taco Bell line to order food, and I had a panic attack because I had to pee.
Right.
So I got out of the car and I walked all the way across the parking lot and went behind Kmart to pee, and then y'all couldn't find me afterwards, and it turned into a giant thing. It was dumb.
Wait, was this the Taco Bell there in Diamond?
Yeah, the Diamond Taco Bell.
So fun fact, that is the highest grossing Taco Bell in the world.
I so believe that.
In the world.
I believe that so
in
much.
the world. Yep.
I can imagine that, dude.
Yeah, because like that place, like, so here's the thing. Like when I moved to Washington, it absolutely blew my fucking mind that Taco Bells are not 24 hours. There's not a single 24-hour Taco Bell in Washington.
Nope, you're wrong.
What? Where?
So wrong.
However,
Kirkland, motherfucker.
What?
My Taco Bell, at least up until last year, was 24 hours.
I've never seen a 24-hour one. As long as I've been here, the latest I've seen one be open is 1 a.m., but most of them are open until 12 p.m.
The one right next to the airport in Tukwila is also a 24-hour.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that.
Interesting.
there ain't
But
no,
like the
24-hour
one
parking lots in
you know,
Portland.
the one that I lived right next to in Queen Anne was definitely closed at like 11 every night.
Which is like, what the fuck, dude? Like, dude, nobody wants Taco Bell unless they're fucked up. Like, why would you close a Taco Bell in the middle of the night? Like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
That's your whole client. Fourth meal. Come on. What the fuck?
Yep. Fourth meal, fourth skin, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Fourth skin.
Oi.
Right? Wang, have you ever taken a gravity bong hit? And if so, what gross shit did you do afterwards?
It's the gravity bong, the machine.
That's one where you're like inhaling a huge amount of smoke.
Yeah, the machine is going to be like more of a vape, probably.
Yeah.
Like the bucket, you're probably, or the what's it called? You know what? The bag thing.
You guys remember Billy Dirt Cult?
Oh yeah. Oh, I use them as like the quintessential like dirtbag Anchorage musician from 2009 has a Billy Dirt Cult shirt. I actually used it in a meme recently that I sent to Spencer.
Please send it to me too.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was literally about Spit Sean and how he calls everybody rocker.
I did a gravity bong hit at Billy Dirt Cult's house.
That's so on brand.
Billy Kyle, who's actually he's in some good bands right now. Actually, you guys know Dylan Ricker?
No,
he's an Eagle River guy. He had like a fucking bong that was like 5 feet tall, and I remember smoking out of that. And then they kicked me out of their house, and I had to drive home all fucked up.
Oh, dude, that's such an Alaska thing. So, like, that's happened to me before. Like, I've literally taken a bong in out of a 5-foot bong, gotten kicked out of a house, and had to drive home. Like, that's literally happened to me in Alaska.
I didn't even do anything. I didn't fucking do nothing fucked up. It's just like
you were probably just like too high, and they're like, "This dude's lame."
I just like they gave me the thing, and I did it, and I just like laid on the floor, and and then like a half hour later, they're like, we're all gonna go to bed. You gotta leave. I was like, I gotta leave? I just fucking, you just gave me the biggest bong hit of all time, man. Like, this is dangerous. It's winter. It's like, it's January in Alaska. Like,
no, I think the only accidents I ever got into in Alaska was when it was super icy and I was high as fuck and I was never at fault.
Well, you can get away with driving shitty in Alaska.
Oh, 100%.
Everyone does.
Yeah,
That's the only way people drive in
the
Alaska.
problem is when you drive in the summertime, then you can't get away with that in the summer. But
true.
Anyways, speaking of gravity bongs, Mickey. sorry, hold on. I'm going to redo that.
One moment.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
Speaking of Mickey, Mickey T on Amazon.com rates the Bucket 1 star out of 5. 2 people found this helpful. The review is titled, Bummer. Just dumb. Not strong enough draw for my needs. I vape only.
I what only?
Vape.
So,
I vape only?
Mm-hmm.
he was disappointed before he even got the product.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, he's looking for a vape, you know? That's...
Oh, we're talking about the Bucket. I thought we were still talking about a Buckethead album, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the Fuckethead, Brit?
What the fuck?
That's a
no.
different. That's a different level of low, or the Amazon reviews, because there's only going to be a couple of them, you know.
Yeah, totally. So we're actually only showcasing 2 today. That was the first one. The second one, I am not going to read all of this review, but I really like the title of the review. So I'm going to say Bit in Heavens rates the Bucket 4 stars out of 5 and says this is the title of their review. And they reviewed it this year, July 2nd, 2021. And they said, never cleaned mine in over 10 years.
Holy shit. So,
I know, what the fuck?
after having mine for a year, it was just covered in, I mean, it wasn't even like it was like this, if Aunt Jemima's made a hash syrup, that's kind of what it would be. It was just like
so much resin.
This weird runny resin that just like settled on the bottom. And like, so eventually the way my bucket broke is like, it actually got a hole in it. And then like it started seeping because there was this weird, like shitty honey wax that was literally just like fucking nothing but compressed tar and THC that just like pooled on the bottom. Oh, sorry, tar, THC, and also a lot of people's spit.
Oh yeah, so much
like the spit of an entire metal band. Like was that
Decepticide?
I mean, there was definitely some Brian spit on there, but it was mostly just Corruptor spit.
Yeah,
I mean, Decepticide. There's only 3 guys in that band that smoke weed. It's two guys. So
they got a new bass player, by the way.
Oh yeah,
They
did they?
did. I saw on Facebook.
Yeah, Brian Harris, future guest of the Bucketcast. That's going to happen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we love Brian Harris.
Yeah,
he's the only one who might have a shittier beard than you do at the moment.
Dude, his beard looks pretty good, actually. Like it's so fucking big.
Hold on a second. I use shitty beard as like not actually roasting people. I just use it as like, holy fuck, you just haven't done anything with that in years. Like,
yeah. Well, his actually looks pretty clean. His looks way cleaner.
No, yours looks fine. It just like looks like 2 years ago. You're like, nah,
well,
fuck razors.
COVID
We're
happened,
done.
So, you know,
we're done. We're done with razors. We're good. We're just gonna see what happens. So.
Yeah, I saw a meme earlier today where somebody referred to a beard as a cum catcher.
So my very favorite thing ever is when I had a beard, I was dating someone and they referred to it as a womb broom. Which nice. I was like,
that's funny.
I love that. You're fun and crazy.
That's gross and excellent.
Yes, I was like, okay, so I will just eat your butthole now just for that.
Who wants to start a band that should have been started 25 years ago
called Womb Broom?
Yeah.
This should be like what I envisioned BeardNet as, which is just like 3 dudes playing bass and then a drummer with nothing but bass drums and low toms
and timpanis.
Just bass drums and low toms. It's like bum 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 bum.
I just wrote down Womb Broom.
Dude. Yeah, you gotta write it down. You gotta lock it in.
All 3 of us play fucking bass.
That is true. I love playing bass.
And all 3 of at least 2 of us are able to grow a full beard. So
shut up. All right, so we're gonna close this segment of the show with one last comment. And I know I said this earlier in this segment, but this is actually maybe the best YouTube comment I've ever seen. This one is much better than the previous one. It's so good I saved it for last. So, YouTube user Totally For Sure says 6 years ago, FBD, far beyond Dimebag. God rest his soul. He might have been reincarnated here.
Oh my God.
I mean, I will agree that is far beyond Dimebag. But you know what? If you're sober, that's not difficult.
Oh.
Hey.
Bazinga.
Statements from the Bucket Boys.
So this is the part of the show where it's called recommendations, where we just have everybody recommend something for people to check out. And just like, it can be anything, just like any kind of media that you found inspiring, you share it and we check it out. That's it.
Fuck yeah.
What? Do you want to start, Wang? Do you got anything that you would recommend that we check out? Like, or anybody check out?
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. There's a couple things I could say. You introduced me to the KLF recently.
Dude, yeah, we talked about that last podcast. Yeah. KLF is sick.
I'm so disappointed and flabbergasted that this is something I didn't know about. Because
I know, they're so amazing.
Well, I mean, they made themselves intentionally obscure. So you shouldn't feel bad about not knowing about them. Like, I only knew about them because I saw a TIL about them on Reddit like 2 years ago of like, hey, these guys burned 1 million pounds. And I was like, that's nuts! I want to know more about this. And
usually, I have a pretty good grasp on things that are semi-outsider, but like that video you posted, Spencer, like...
Dude...
That destroyed me, dude. Like I just that's everything. That was the whole fucking 9 yards. That was the entire plot.
like the video is sick. The song is sick.
Yeah.
Like everything that's happening in the video and like how it's structured and like the grab bag of like people and styles and stuff. It's like it all works so well and it's so sick. And I don't know.
It reminded me of you know the band Delight, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did a Montreux Jazz Festival show back in like 90 or 91 or something. It's on YouTube. And they've got Bootsy Collins playing bass. They've got the other people are doing their shit. And then they got dancers, and it's choreographed, and it's fucking beautiful. And it reminded me of that, but with more of an anarchic thing happening where it's just like all these fucking people doing the shit on stage, dude.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. I loved it.
It's
every
so
second
fucking
of it.
sick. Yeah.
And then
the band's amazing. Yeah.
And that video was like pretty recent, right? Or was that like an older thing?
That was an old. So like the video was made in the late 80s.
Okay.
But it was not. It was deleted from the internet. It was deleted from everything.
Yeah.
Because they deleted their music from the world. Because they're amazing.
Right.
And they brought it back on December 31st, 2020.
It's beautiful. I love how they just come, and they're probably going to fizzle out again. That's
probably.
Great.
Well, and so I don't know if y'all knew about this, but they actually had one reunion before. So they broke up back in 1992 or something like that. They promised at that point they would do a reunion later in the decade. And so I think back in 1997 they did a reunion, but it was specifically for like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
and
well,
that
they put out one song in 97 and it's called Fuck the Millennium.
Yeah, that not
which
not
is
just
so
that,
awesome.
but they also did a live performance of it too, and it was only like 45 minutes, and then they're like, okay, that's it, we're broken up again.
That's awesome.
And then they just didn't reappear for another 23 years.
So sick.
Which is so cool.
Just
like
absolute chads.
No,
like,
total
sick.
art chads right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Art
that is swinging artistic dick and just slapping people in the face with it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So there's the KLF, and I just thought of one just now. There's a Japanese thrash punk band called Guaze, Guaze, and they haven't put a record out in fucking years, and they just put one out about 3 days ago, and it's really good, and it's only 13 minutes long.
I love that.
And that's on YouTube. It's fucking great. And then Sparks put out a new record recently as well, or a new video. I'm not sure which it is, but there's a music video for it. It's fucking great. It's called iPhone, and Sparks is going to be going on tour early next year. And they have.
Are you talking about the Sparks? That's like the discount version of Four Loko.
Well, yeah, it's spelled the same way. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sparks was like an outsider band from LA, and they achieved a lot of success in the UK. They didn't really do much in the States, which really sucks because they're incredibly talented. And they were kind of in the glam thing for a second, and then they just got away from glam and did their own shit. and the keyboard player has like a little Hitler mustache, and he's the embodiment.
That's always a good look. Everyone likes that.
He's the embodiment of like musical anarchy and outsider art. And then the last band I want to mention is Saikimatsu. I just have to.
How do I spell that, dude?
What's that?
That sounds crazy. How do I spell that, man? That sounds crazy.
Saikimatsu. Fucking, you got to go on Google and type in Seikima and then Roman numeral 2. So just 2 eyes.
Oh, Saikima! Yeah! Oh, fucking love that band, dude. We've talked about this band for years. Like
yeah, dude.
That band's so fucking sick.
And
like,
they don't get enough fucking credit, man.
They really don't. Yeah.
I think Demon Kogure is one of the greatest singers, but one of the greatest metal singers of all time.
And his makeup is so iconic too.
Absolutely.
Like his whole style, like it's so like every time I think about like Japanese metal in the 80s, it's like X Japan and Seikima II.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think.
Spencer, what do you have to recommend this week?
Oh, nothing as cool as that shit. You know what I mean? Honestly, like, okay, so I've been listening to an album as well. Like, I've been listening to music. Like, I've been listening to the most recent Lantlôs record. Have you ever listened to the band Lantlôs?
No.
They are a band that became popular as part of like the post-black metal wave of music around the like 2011 to 2013 in that kind of realm. Like when there was a lot of like a big explosion of that kind of sound.
So like soon after Sunbather came out, and after like
Sunbather came out in 2013.
Ash Borer had been around for a decade already.
So I'm talking like in the early days of that. So like Alcest was like kind of like the leader of that scene, and then you had like. So you had like Alcest, you had like
I mean, Alcest pre that was like a lot more like I don't know, like melodic guitar wise.
Well, their second record, which came out in 2011, Achilles Deloon, I don't know how to pronounce it. Like that one was the one that kind of started that whole like movement.
Whoa, no, like
Hold your horse.
Wolves in the Throne Room was doing.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, all of it came from Wolves in the Throne Room, right? Because of Two Hunters.
I would say Two Hunters, like 2009. Is that right?
Sure. Well, all I'm saying is like when that stuff started to like blow up, and like there started to be a lot of bands that kind of sounded the same. In 2011, there was a band called Lantlôs that came out as a part of that. But Lantlôs took a very different direction with that stuff than any of those other bands. Like they started using 8-string guitars. They started playing like really heavy stuff, but with like really like melodic shoegazy vocals. They put out a record called Melting Sun a few years ago. That was like quite a long time ago. I think it was 2013 or 2014. They haven't done anything since then, but they just put out a new record. It literally just came out a couple days ago. And it's called Wild Hund, I believe. Let me just double check that.
Wild Hunt?
Wild Hund. Oh. Yeah, Wild Hund. WILDHUND. And it came out very recently. So I've been listening to that a bunch. I think it's super good. It's really fun. It's like heavy shoegaze stuff. Like really down-tuned guitars. Like super heavy. Like, when you listen to it, it's like, whoa, it's like kind of crushing in a way, but it's like also, the songs are so melodic that it doesn't feel that way.
They tune out to A or something?
Yeah, it's like that. Well, I think it's actually even lower than that, actually.
You can go lower than A?
Oh, 100%. Like, I played in a Melodeath band that tuned to G sharp for a while. That was fun.
Jesus Christ. Well, can you send that to me when you remember?
What, my Melodeath band?
You
no, I remember your Melodeath band.
Yeah, it's
you
boring.
Don't need to listen to that. Yeah, it's not the
one that you're talking about.
If you love 9 minute long Melodeath songs, then it's definitely for you.
Some of those songs are pretty fun. But yes, I will absolutely send that to you, Wang.
I saw the band live twice before you joined. I'm gonna say it's not fun.
I like it.
The guitar, the drummer is very good, but overall, incredibly boring band.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I liked playing with them. That was fun.
I think Spencer's solo record sounds way better than any of that shit.
Oh, it definitely does. It definitely does.
Namaste. Yeah,
but he wants to stand up for bad, boring music that he used to play.
I liked playing in that band. All those dudes are really cool guys. I like their tunes too. I thought it was fun. Some of the songs I didn't really like playing, but like most of them were pretty fun. Like the guitar parts were fun. It was different. Anyways, listen to Lantlôs. Their new record is so good. Like I cannot recommend it enough. It's super awesome.
Yeah. So,
what do you got to recommend, Britt?
I actually have sex with people, so I don't listen to fucking music like y'all.
I listen to Foghat, okay? You fucking, fucking loser.
No, like
Foghat's got a new record
It's
out,
nothing
dude.
but Foghat.
It's a new live record, 2016, man.
Foghat and Ween and Weezer covers.
No,
Live
sorry.
at the Salt Lake City Fair, you fucking fuck.
It's fucking Foghat covering blues and Weezer covering Foghat. That's the only two genres, motherfucker.
It's got the original basis of Foghat, you fucking pussy.
So seriously, I'm not a fucking loser. So I watch movies.
Oh,
and,
so you're a bigger loser.
Go fuck yourself. You watch my movies, Spencer. So
I watch them with you.
You're a bigger loser than me because they're my movies. Anyway, so MiamiFilms.net. They're urban filmmakers from Miami, obviously, from the early 2000s up to the mid 2000s, and I found them because a while ago I acquired a DVD called Nuts, the Black Jackass from 2003.
Whoa, that's quite a name.
And it is so it's just two guys, and these two guys are in all of these films, these MiamiFilms.net. And wow, I can't really explain their films. Like, I can explain Nuts, the Black Jackass. About half of it is one of them pretending to be autistic and going around Big Lots in their furniture section and like pretending like they're going to buy furniture, but they don't actually buy furniture. And then the other half is a guy like pretending to be handicapped and falling out of a wheelchair.
Awesome.
It's really great. It's not ableist in any way.
The quintessential early 2000s humor is very, very good.
It's so much better than Jackass ever hoped to be, because you can tell these people don't have any money, and so they're afraid to actually cause any physical or permanent damage.
It's like World Star fucking links on Instagram.
It's far beyond that. It's far beyond Driven. Really.
It's far beyond Dimebag.
It is. It's really just the best. I can't recommend it enough. MiamiFilms.net. You can get all of their films streaming for just $5, which I did yesterday, and the guy emailed immediately because I believe I'm the first person to go on their website for at least a decade.
Nice. So that brings us to the worst part of the show.
Oh, great.
Here we go.
Ha 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 bucket joke. Ha 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 bucket joke. Ha 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 bucket joke. Ha 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 bucket joke.
Oh God. So, what kind of crazy drugs do the Rolling Stones take before having sex with their groupies after a show?
Viagra.
No, PrEP, the HIV prevention drug popular in the gay community. How does AC/DC's lead guitarist like his veal served?
I don't know.
Angus Young.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh,
Oof,
God.
indeed.
Did you come up with that? Did you write that?
Yeah, these are all jokes Brit wrote.
I write a ton of jokes every single week, and I don't know how I keep it up other than a lot of marijuana and self-hatred.
God.
How fast was Motley Crue singer Vince Neil traveling when he murdered Hanoi Rocks drummer Nicholas Razzle Digley with his car?
66 miles an hour.
No, Wang?
I'm not even going to try.
Well, he was driving too fast for love.
Ha 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 bucket joke.
How does progressive rock band Rush prevent dandruff? Well, they use Pert Plus.
Oh,
Why?
Oh my God.
Why does legendary heavy metal band Kiss always keep 4 boxes of wet wipes in their dressing room?
Because they can't stop shitting.
For after the show. Why do they keep 4 boxes of wet wipes in their dressing room for after the show?
Because they can't lick it up.
Because Paul Stanley swears it's the best way to get semen out of his eyes.
What? What? How is it? That's so non sequitur.
No, it makes... Well, I mean, the idea is you're supposed to think it's for taking off their makeup.
Right.
I didn't think of that.
Well, because you don't wear makeup, because I'm telling jokes to straight people with shitty facial hair.
That is
true. Hello. What game show caused the overdose death of Who bassist John Entwistle?
Family Feud. Hollywood Squares.
This is going to be a fucking like a obscure game show that no one remembers, right?
Or
whose line is it anyway?
Underestimated.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. Why does nu metal band Coal Chamber dissect their bowel movements after they defecate?
I just like that.
Because they're loco? I don't know.
No, well, they want to see what elements of corn they can steal for their next album.
That's retarded. That's the worst one, dude.
This is...
But it elicits the reaction that you're looking for, right? Which makes me like it. I like the question.
Shut up! Have you heard about the new concept album Fred Durst is writing about the final voyage of the Hindenburg?
I have not. No, please.
No, tell me.
He's calling it Limp Biscuits, Blimp Risket.
I hate you so much. This is so bad.
Oh. I hated that joke. Why is Linkin Park vocalist Chester Bennington no longer with his wife?
Oh, no.
Well, he got too caught up in the swinging lifestyle.
Oh, no. No.
So, a new type of date rape drug has surfaced and is being traded around the dark web in the incel community. Unsurprisingly, gestating from the San Francisco Bay Area. All right, have you heard about this drug, guys?
No, I have not. Please tell me more.
They're calling it the Les Clay pill. What British law was instituted due to a now highly controversial 1972 sex incident?
What?
That would be Jude law. Going on the
Can you
British
explain that
history
one for the idiots?
Yeah, Jude Law was born in the late 1972. The sex incident was his parents having sex.
Thank you.
Here's another British joke that you'll definitely get. What is Margaret Thatcher's least favorite musical chord?
I don't tell me.
D minor.
Oh boy.
I don't get that joke.
Well,
is that a reference to her son?
No, back in the 90s, she very infamously broke up British mining unions.
Oh my God, Spencer, you are. Or I'm sorry, Britain. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, my jokes are too good for you.
Thanks for
and
thinking
too
I'm
smart
Brit.
for you. I'm sorry. I'm fucking like Dennis Millering both of you here.
Using Dennis Miller as a fucking verb is like some dark
evoking
shit.
Dennis Miller as a defense.
No, you can never invoke the Miller
plead
defense.
the Dennis Miller.
You can never invoke the Miller defense. We had this agreement existing. The Miller defense is not allowed.
I'm Dennis Milled here. I'm Dennis Mill-pilled.
You're mill-pilled.
Miller-pillared. So did shut up. Did y'all hear about this in medical news? So infant mortality doctors have now connected a terrible acute syndrome happening right before the death of up to 650 children now. Have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah, they have to settle for a Make-A-Wish visit from John Cena.
What? I don't get the joke.
John Cena has visited over 650 Make-A-Wish cases before they've died.
Oh, that's really sweet.
It is really sweet, but the joke is that they have to settle for John Cena.
Aw.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
Like really
Shut
nice.
the fuck up! It's a good joke. Shut up!
It's funny.
Okay, we're
actually
shut
really
the
nice.
Shut the fuck up, Spencer. We're gonna close out on this because I'm just done with both of you. What did Ronald Reagan have the most trouble with when addressing South African apartheid?
No.
Well, incontinence in remembering his wife's name.
Okay, so Andrew, we're going to do the same thing as we did with the intro. We're going to introduce ourselves, and then you're going to introduce yourself. You can even plug something at that point if you want to.
You're going to outroduce yourself.
Yeah, you outroduce yourself. Yes. So be ready to go.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This has been Brit and Ryan Straw of the Getting Head Bucketcast.
God, that took forever. And this has been Spencer.
That took forever.
And this has been the Holy Book of Wang.
You've been listening to Getting Head, a Bucketcast.
Stay greasy, Bucketheads!
A namaste.